bit about maybe those first few years. I know you've been through the pandemic, right? And very soon after starting, you had some situations where growth happened very quickly. To give us a few bullet points of what it's been like for Kura Home.
Yeah, for sure. A really important lesson that I learned is when talking before I started this company, right? You talk to people that are brighter and smarter than you are and more successful. And I heard hundreds of people be like, that's such a great idea. You should for sure do this. And our initial concept was actually where we would visit your home once a month. And after I became a certified home inspector and knowing everything that needs to be done maintenance wise, I believed, and I still, I'm checking on my house on a monthly basis, but the market didn't want monthly visits. And even though that sounded really great and everyone thought that's a really good idea, no one was actually pulling out their checkbook or credit card to sign up for that service. Mm-hmm. And so I finally sat down with the gentleman from my church, and he knew me really well. I knew his son really well. And he was for sure our target client, lived in a very nice home. And I just asked, like, Joe, why aren't you a client? Like, it's fine that you're not, but why not? And we sat down at a coffee shop. We talked for about an hour. And at the end of the day, he said, realistically, I just don't want you in my house once a month. Like, I think quarterly would be just fine. And it clicked with me. I followed up with a ton of clients that I had given an estimate to, and I don't think they really knew why they didn't sign up, but they were just like, we know we need this stuff, but I just don't need it. And I said, if I change the price and I change the word monthly to quarterly, would you sign up? And we were in business for about half of 2016, and we had signed on 11 clients. And on January 2nd, I very excitedly called all those people and I followed up, and I asked them that question, and 11 more people signed up for the routine maintenance quarterly visits. So Kura Home doubled in a day. I don't think we could ever do that again. There's no way, but we doubled that day just by listening to the market and asking your target market questions. Like, what do you need? Like, what are your pain points? And rather than listening to like them, like your neighbors or your friends or really smart people telling you it's a really good idea, I almost want to say, like, if you're thinking about starting your own company or anything like that, I would say make people prove it. Be like, so you're telling me right now, if I offered it to you, you'd sign up? And when I was offering monthly, they'd say, well, I don't need it, but like my neighbor does. And if you get that answer, you're almost there. You got a few more tweaks to make.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What a really, really valid point. I hear that all the time. Well, like, oh, I asked all these people and they said they would buy it. And I say, yes. Yeah, but did they?
Right.
And you can really ask that question on the spot. I mean, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you're going to get an answer. And having that information is so much more valuable than not really having any clear answer and not knowing which direction you need to move or what the market really dictates there.
For sure.
Really important.